Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chioma, and today I am talking about something that is very dear to my heart. And it is going to be personal, and I hope not too judgmental or judgmental from you. It has been a topic that I have kept very personal to me, and I have not shared about it. Very few people know about it or the details about it. And it is about how I got to being divorced. And today's videos really triggered by something that is currently going on in one of my dear friends' life. I'm not going to share her particular situation. I just wanted to use her situation because it triggered some of the feelings that I had in my marriage many years ago. And it has forced me to think about some of the things that I buried all those years ago. And before I do that, let me give you a little bit of backstory. For my friend, basically, she just found out something that is just horrendously horrible about her husband, and she is going through a lot of that she's just going through a lot at this moment in time. So I wish for her that she can be in a good place and that she makes the right decisions for herself, for her well being, because each and every one of us matters. I know that there's a lot of videos circling and people talking about getting a divorce. Getting a divorce is not something that you take lightly, it is not an easy decision. I only would say to anyone who is going through it to really think about whether you are doing it for really the right reason. And there's many reasons. It could be physical abuse, it could be mental abuse, it could be a combination of non-communication, husband's not a provider, laziness, a lot of those things that after years of trying and you don't see a way out, you've tried counseling, you don't see a way out, then you make a decision to protect yourself. In my situation, I had to protect myself and my children, and that was why I made a decision. So, triggering this um, from a discussion that I had with my friend, and it really hurt me that she's going through this. And who doesn't want to be happily married? We all want that. But we are forced to make decisions. Some of us women are forced to make a decision to leave our marriage for our own peace of mind. And that's where I bring myself into it. And my story, I am not gonna I'm still not ready yet to give so much detail because one, it is just my side. Of course, there's always two sides to a story, but this is how I am feeling, how I got to the point of making a decision that I believe suits me, and I am glad that I made that decision. But it wasn't something that I took lightly, it wasn't something that I took fast either. It took a lot of years of trying, and it got to the point whereby it's like I've just got to, take care of me. And that's how I got to make the decisions. If you want to know, let me know in the comment section if you have a particular question, and then I will try and answer your question in a future video. But a little backstory about me. My now ex-husband, we met, when I was very young. Both of us were very young. We went to secondary school together, we went to university together. That was after we got out of university, got our jobs, then we decided to get married. That would probably be as around 10 years of dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, and many things happened. And let me say this, I think that a lot of us women in our 50s, particularly for me, let me know if this is something that you experience. I did not have a very good understanding of things like, now call it red flags, and having to have these discussions before you get married. I was very naive when I got married. Even though I was in my 20s, I think now looking back, I was very naive when I got married. Because a lot of things I think about it now and I'd be like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why didn't you check this? I don't have an answer for those, but I was very naive. And I remember an inscription on a cup that we gave away during our wedding, and it was his name and my name, and it said, it was meant to be. And that was because of so many issues that we went through from our cultural difference, and we still fought through it and we got married. And it was just really a beautiful thing, let me say it like that. But of course, throughout my marriage there was good times, but there was a lot of bad times. There was no violence or anything like that, so I want to say that very, very clearly. So it had nothing to do with violence or cheating, none of that. But there were various things that happened that over years we just were not able to fix. I would say things like communication. We had a problem communicating, and even now we have a problem communicating. And the reason why I'm making this video, one, it was triggered by my friend's situation, but also something that my ex, I feel like he still hates me after all these years that we have not been together for 11 years, and he has this hatred for me. And I find it quite incredible. I don't understand how you could dislike somebody so much that you have this hatred for them years later. And one of the reasons why I'm thankful that I got a divorce, I asked for a divorce myself. It wasn't easy. I had to go through it to save myself, and also to save how I brought up my children at the end of the day. So yes, so we got married after being boyfriend and girlfriend for at least 10 years, I would say. We got married, moved in together, but there was just a lot of things that I now know that we just didn't do right. We were not prepared, even though we went through counseling, but the counseling was kind of like very surfacey, but it wasn't, I guess it's not like, it was not, I would not call it proper counseling, because we were not prepared for dealing with our differences and working things through. And that went all the way through our marriage. And at the end of the day, it just, I just couldn't take it anymore. So thinking about my friend's situation, I was very fortunate, because when I went through the issues, and you know how you do with your girlfriends, I would talk to my friends about it. Some, not everybody. There's certain people, you have to keep your own privacy, but there's just one or two friends that you would talk to about certain things and that know you very well, and you talk to them about certain things in your life. And I had a friend that I would talk to a lot of the times. And I remember one time, probably around 12 years or so ago, she pulled me up in our conversation, and she just, as I was complaining about what was going on, the heartache, the problem that was going on at that time, it was related to something financial. My ex was the kind of person that, he believed that he didn't need to work. As long as I was making enough for both of us, then he doesn't need to work. He just did not pull his weight, in any area, financially, emotionally. He just wasn't there. I laugh about it now, but literally our marriage life was based around, him living upstairs and me downstairs during the day with the children, taking care of things, planning, organizing, and I would just let him know. And I would say that I was very stubborn because I expect that as a man, there's certain things you should know. I shouldn't have to be telling you and asking you for everything. If I have to ask you for money, if I have to ask you to help go and do something, and you can see that I am struggling, then I will just do it myself. Because how many times can I ask you, why wouldn't you notice that something was that I needed help, that we are raising these children together? Why wouldn't you notice and help out? And I was working full time. I was the breadwinner. So I was the one working, paying all the bills. And I just think, for a man, you have to come to a point in life where you think, this is my responsibility. These are the things that I would do as a married man. And I don't think that he thought about that enough. As far as he was concerned, it was, well, you're working, you're making enough for us to live and for us to survive. It's above minimum wage. So why do I need to work? Okay, back again. A little challenge with storage. So I am going to continue and finish this. And I stopped where I said that I shouldn't have to tell, a man what to do. But what the point I was trying to make here as a starting point today is for us women, what you have to realize when things are not working for you, nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody's coming to save you from that situation. And I'm not talking about women who just think that getting a divorce is that easy. I'm talking about women who have really put in the effort, they've put in the work, they have tried for years, tried counseling, and still things are not working. It's not easy to get a divorce. And if you're at a point whereby you've tried everything and you are stressed, I used to get stressed. I used to have eczema. And once I moved out, separated, I was fine. Things got better. My life, my peace, my head, everything started to fix itself. I was okay. But it took a friend stopping me one day in my rant and complaint and said, girl, listen, I can't help you make a decision about what is right for you. You need to decide what you want in life. How do you want your life to pan out? How do you want to take care of your children? Is this the way you want to continue? If this is not the way you want to continue, you need to decide what you need to do to make a difference to your life. But don't ask me what to do because I can't help you there. It's not my job to help you. And I found that advice very, very empowering because it made me realize that I can own I can own my decisions myself. Now, it doesn't mean that that was a final talk because I went through a lot of how can I do this? What should I? How can I, what about what people would say? There's just a lot of things going through my head that I couldn't process myself. And I needed somebody to talk to. And we had tried counseling, but we only managed to do 2 sessions and then he just wasn't having it. So it wasn't as if we didn't try counseling. But my friend, when she said to me, look, girl, you need to sort yourself out and you need to stop complaining because year in, year out, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you are just complaining about the same thing. You need to do something different so that you can rest your mind, have peace of mind, and also protect your children because you don't want them growing up in this environment that you and your husband, both adults, are creating for them. Let's try again. So, where did I leave off? I think, yes, about protecting my children. So, for the first time in a long time, I felt that there was hope. That pep talk really helped me because it got me thinking about what I really wanted myself, and for my children. Do I want to raise my kids in a family of two parents who are angry all the time at each other? or do I want to just take them away and take care of them because I was the breadwinner anyway? I was already a single parent in a two-parent home. So I made the decision to prioritize myself, my well being, and that of my kids. And to be honest, when it came to my kids, it was fairly easy because I was already taking care of them. I was the breadwinner, I took care of everything. So, there was no argument there. In fact, it wasn't a discussion. So, yeah, that's how I really took the step to save myself, and I am better today for it. So I'm going to stop the video now, and do tune in for the next update, the next video. Let me know in the comment section what you are going through, your thoughts on this. And if you have any questions, let me know. So until the next video, don't forget to subscribe, by the way. And yes, I will see you in the next video. And let's stay connected. You take care of yourself. If you're going through this, this is your video, your sign to think about what is very, very important for you right now. Please do that to save yourself, to help yourself, to begin your healing journey, and to make your life so much better. Until next time, take care and see you. Bye bye.